Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we are talking about the difference between a $350,000 house in Chandler and a $450,000 house in Chandler. What exactly is the difference and what does your money get you? Right after this. So I compared $350,000 houses to $450,000 in Chandler. And what I did was I went 10,000 above and below each number to try to get an average of exactly what you get for that price range. Now when it comes to the $350,000 house, you obviously get a smaller house. Now the average square foot on the $350,000 house is 1,781 square feet. Now at 1,781 square feet, obviously you're going to get a lot of the same rooms. For example, you're going to get a kitchen, you're going to get a couple bathrooms, a few rooms, a living room, dining room. All of those things are just going to be smaller in the $350,000 house versus the $450,000 house. Now you're also going to get less bedrooms in a $350,000 house. The average is 3 bedrooms, just a little bit over that. And so that's 3 bedrooms, actual bedrooms with window, with closet. And those bedrooms also tend to be more on the average size. For example, an extra bedroom is typically about a 10 by 10, maybe a little bit more, but not a lot. And so you don't have a ton of space to stretch out, but not everybody needs it. There's a lot of people who don't, and a lot of people that can work just fine with that. The average purchase price is actually $348,869. So slightly less than the range that I was actually looking in, which was kind of somewhat odd to me, but that's where it's trending out of 115 different homes that I looked at. The appreciation for a $350,000 house, and this one is basically from 300 to 400. The appreciation for that range is 4.9%. It's actually a little bit lower than that for 350 to 400 and a little bit higher from 3 to 350. But it averages out between the two at 4.9%. Now we're talking about pools. How many of them actually have a pool? How many of them don't have a pool? In the 350 range, there's only 33% actually have a private pool only, and 40% don't have a pool at all. And the other percentage is people who have a pool where it's either community or both a community and a private pool. But the one that has both is just about 3% really. So you're looking at most homes have some sort of pool. About 60% have some sort of pool, whether it be community or private. Now for the $450,000 house, your average square foot on that is going to be 2,651 square feet. Now those rooms are going to be mostly bigger. There is actually one extra bedroom on average for a $450,000 home versus a $350,000 home. So they're averaging at 4. I did see it go as high as 6 bedrooms, and that was only on one house. And the $350,000 went as high as 5 bedrooms, and again, that was only on one house as well. The average purchase price for a $450,000 home is $450,416. So that one is just slightly over the designated mark that we're looking at. Now appreciation, usually when you go up higher, ends up being a little bit lower, and on this one, the 450 range is 4.1%. So you're not going to appreciate the home value quite as fast as you would a $350,000 house. And that's something you can kind of take into consideration. If it's not your forever home, you might be better off going with the smaller home for now if you can make it work, because you're going to get more money in the long term and able to put that into a bigger house when you are able to afford that bigger one. Now for pools is a big difference. For private pools, it's 50% of the homes have just a private pool. There was about 3% had both a private pool and a community, and in $450,000 homes, there's only 26 0.7% have no pool whatsoever. So if you're looking in that range, you better expect to have some sort of pool or pool maintenance or upkeep to some degree. And usually when HOA or community pool is available, their HOA fees are typically above $100. There's very few that I know of that are actually below that if they have a pool as well as taking care of the common areas. Now when it comes to where these homes are in Chandler, that was also another big difference. As you can see the two maps here, the one on my right is the $450,000 homes and the one on my left is the $350,000 homes. And this has a mix of both active and closed homes in the last 90 days, same on this side. There's about the same number of homes available between the two. As you can see, there's a lot more of homes in the last 90 days sold for the $350,000 range versus the $450,000. You're also going to notice a huge difference of the big cluster of homes here east of the 101 and north of the 202 in regards to $250,000, and the exact opposite for the $450,000, especially when you get south of the 202. The size of homes. And I know that there's Hamilton right down here and Chandler High as well right there. And so those do play a little bit of a difference when it comes to Chandler, because you need to be in those school districts to get first dibs as far as the high school goes. It's still open enrollment, but it's a lot harder to get in those high schools versus living in that general area. So there's a breakdown of what you get for $350,000 versus $450,000 in Chandler, Arizona. I know a lot of people coming from out of state, they have a hard time figuring out exactly what their price range is. I love taking people on a neighborhood tour and showing you exactly what your money gets and what areas of town that falls in. If you guys have any questions about what prices are, where they're going, and what you can afford, feel free to drop me a line, and I will talk to you guys later.